My boss is furious with me because I got up and greeted my friend at a dinner. I, 26F, was out with my boss, 46M, for a work dinner. We had to travel to another city to meet with our client. I'm a manager of the team that was taking the job. It was me, boss and his assistant and 4 people from the client's company. I made sure to read all policies related to this situation and have gone through it dozens of times already. We were at the dinner table when I glanced at my friend whom I haven't seen in 2 years. Remember, we live in different cities. There. I excused myself and went to give her a hug. That's all. Didn't take 40 seconds. Now my boss literally wants to kill me. They're discussing removing me from the project because the schmucks we had dinner with felt disrespected. IDK what to do. No one told me explicitly not to leave the table for less than a minute or else that's disrespect. I got unfairly, repeatedly yelled at and I'm sick of it. What do I do? Some context would be helpful. Where are you from and where did you go? General region. Because a lot can be lost in cultural translation. Your boss is angry because your client is Angie. As someone has already mentioned, the client may have thought that you didn't take them seriously enough when you left the table. Again, egos and cultures. Another thing, where is this meeting taking place and how did your friend show up there? Did you plan to meet her once your work thing is over? Or coincidence? Because they may have taken it the wrong way and interpret it differently if they thought you were planning personal rendezvous when your focus should have been the client. If you guys were in the middle of a meeting and they were very important clients, I can see why they would see it as unprofessional. I don't think it's a matter of how long it took, but that it interrupted a meeting for something they saw as probably could have waited. If you haven't already, I'd just explain that it wasn't your intention to come off as disrespectful, you apologize, and you would like to stay on the project. If you don't want to deal with their drama, maybe see if you can find another position somewhere else that may be a better fit. No one should explicitly have to tell you not to get up in the middle of what sounds like an important meeting with clients. It should be common sense. I'm sure the guidelines don't explicitly state not to take your clothes off in the middle of the meeting either, but you wouldn't do it. Sorry. I think your boss is in the right here. I think at this point it's an issue outside of your boss and reading your company rules. The fact is the client feels disrespected and your company likely has no choice but to remove you from account, as that's probably what the client is expecting. Yeah, you clearly messed up. This was a meeting with your boss and clients. This would be like if you were in a conference room and texted a friend. Your first priority is the client. Sorry. You blew it. Except that disrupting the meeting was unprofessional and live with the consequences. Apologize, and not in a, sorry you thought that was disrespectful, kind of way, but actually showing remorse and intention to be more considerate in the future, and you may be able to salvage this. Don't bet on it, though. My boyfriend got mad at me for looking at hot guys on Insta. Yesterday I was scrolling through my Insta and my boyfriend was looking at my feed and he noticed that I follow some male models. I don't know any of them personally. He called me out for it and got kinda upset. He claimed it was okay, and I can look at whatever, but things were super uncomfortable afterwards and he started acting kinda distant. I'm just conflicted because he watches porn a lot, at least 3 times a week, and when I got upset with that he became defensive and justified his use and that it's okay. I backed off because I was worried that I was in the wrong about this. I only recently followed those accounts also. I thought if he's allowed to look at naked girls all the time then it shouldn't matter if I look at cute guys here and there, right? I am just confused and I don't really know what to think of this situation. Did I do something wrong or is he just being a hypocrite? Sounds like you're both being hypocrites. Both hypocrites and mad insecure. You guys sound young. Might get downvoted. But if you want a relationship where you both are committed to each other and actually value your connection, both of you should stop watching porn or following pornographic content. It's gross and disrespectful, and you even admit it's literally just giving you both severe insecurities and trust issues. Edit. If you disagree for some reason, I'm not really interested in debate. Find a different echo chamber to agree that your unhealthy addictions are actually good. You won't get it here, lol. You guys seem immature and toxic. You're both hypocrites. And yeah, when I read posts about some dude constantly looking at thirst traps on Instagram, I think those guys are gross. The same applies to you. But both of you seem like you are not mature enough to be in a relationship. I thought Op started looking at cute guys on IG after the fact her boyfriend watches porn 3x a week? The boyfriend is definitely a hypocrite. Why would someone with not much assets want a prenup? My 23F boyfriend, 24 meters, said we will need to get a prenup if we want to get married. I told him, okay, we'll do that then. When I mentioned this to some people, though, they seemed very confused by it, and now it has me wondering about it too. This may sound bad, but I do wonder why he wants one. I know it's to protect assets in case of divorce, and that a lot of times if someone is wealthy they want one. My boyfriend isn't though. When I asked him why he wants a prenup, he said it's good so that in case of a divorce someone can't take half your stuff. Any thoughts or insight on this? Does he really know what it's for, or does he just think it literally means someone can't take half of your stuff in a divorce? Lol. Prenuptial agreements are important, for both parties. It'll prevent an ugly battle down the line should things go awry. It'll protect you just as much as him. You can outline conditions such as infidelity as well. It's literally back up to keep everything in check. It's always good to have things in writing beforehand when everyone is thinking clearly. If there is a divorce, one or both of the parties can spitefully drag things out, and a prenup helps prevent that. It's not just about assets. It also makes divorce a lot less messy if it isn't contested. He might have more than you think? I'm pretty sure he doesn't understand what a prenup is. Marital assets do get split. If you do a prenup, have your own lawyer read over it and make sure both parties are accepted. Prenups are focused on primarily protecting assets acquired before marriage. So anything gained during marriage may still be eligible during divorce. In the end, if you already said yes to it, then don't let your friends put random thoughts into your mind. My 25 female boyfriend, 27 male, says I'm ignoring his desires to be with other women. He said this last night, and that it's super important to him and I should be more understanding. I told him I can understand, but that I want no part of it. He got really upset and kept asking why I can't stay. I just don't see a point in our relationship if that's how it'll be. He barely contributes to the house we rent under his aunt, and barely even takes me out anywhere at all. I told him that I'm not going to be a bystander, as he gives other women the respect and treatment I feel I deserve. I didn't appreciate him telling me that I've taught him so much about how to treat a woman, but he won't do it for me, but will for others. That's super backwards to me. He claims that I should be thankful for him teaching me how relationships really work, and helping me figure out what I want out of relationship. I'm trying to calm down, and rethink everything. When we established our relationship we both agreed on monogamy. I don't feel comfortable switching up the dynamic so fast, without a firm foundation between us. He truly doesn't even want me to see anyone else, but keeps trying to push it on me, so he can get what he wants. When we first got together he had me quit my job and move in. I was in between places at the time, so it was convenient. That only lasted about a year. I got a job to contribute and we were sharing everything for a while, but 2 years later that all changed. He fell into depression and didn't want to work. I was hoping it would be temporary, but it went on for a while up till now. I was working multiple jobs just to keep myself afloat. He says I am not accepting him for who he is. All I asked for was time to decide what I wanted to do, or time to actually build a good foundation for our relationship. He's basically telling me he can, but it has to come with me letting him open that door right away. I'm not trying to be inconsiderate, but I don't feel considered at all. I get that people can change and want new things, but he's not giving me any time to adjust. He just wants to jump in with or without my okay. He keeps trying to convince me to stay, even apologized for everything he said some hours later, and now claims he just wants me to stay with him. But I know this will come up again. He keeps trying to cushion it by saying that all these guys want me and I can have them. Meanwhile I currently can't even leave the house without him assuming I went to go see someone. I feel like I'm losing my mind, and I don't even have the energy to argue between work and taking care of everything. I'm exhausted and feel like I can't make decisions right away. I really need some advice, because this all feels so wrong to me. I've only ever been in 2 serious relationships and the first was worse than this. 1. Stop spending any money on him or his support. 2. Move out the minute you can. 3. Stop having sex with him and get checked for STDs. 4. I don't even know you and I know you deserve better than him. 5. There is nothing right about this relationship, get out. Just leave. This guy sounds awful and exhausting. He had you quit your job, so he could pull this move and you wouldn't be able to leave on your own terms and would have to accept his. This was planned from the beginning. I'm glad you're working again and have the option to get out of there. If he's non-monogamous and you're monogamous, that's a straight-up relationship ender right there. End it. I've just ended a relationship nearly identical to what you're going through. Trust me, you deserve better, so start planning your out. You'll feel a massive weight lifted from your shoulders as soon as it's behind you. Basically, don't fold for a man-baby who won't do jack shit for you. Finding the right person does not happen immediately, and the wasters are good lessons. Non-monogamy strikes again. Break up. This is incredibly hurtful, manipulative, not at all what you signed up for, and likely going to lead to cheating, if he isn't already. Jesus, leave him already. He's already given you more than enough reason to leave. He's gaslighting you from what you describe, and it's only going to get worse. Leave him before you open your eyes one day and realize that you've wasted your whole life with this jerk.